Welcome back to the Prosperous Life Podcast, everyone. I am Braiden Belnap, and today it is my goal to nudge you in the right direction, to recognize and help you recognize the power that you hold. See, I recognize the power that I hold at a really young age from my powerful and my ability to coach people, although that light was forgotten. And thankfully and so gratefully, at a young age, I found that power again. I found that light, and I was able to incorporate it in my life from a young age to today, and I will forever. Although I know a lot of people out there right now don't have that light, don't have that power, and feel as though they've lost their light. Maybe they feel lost. Maybe they don't know where they're going. But I want you to know that there's not really actually a plan A, B, C, D, E, or G, and so on and so forth. There's really just God's plan. God has a vision for you. God has a vision for me. And what's important to know is that as long as you show up 100%, whether you feel like it or not, sick, tired, cold, you name it, then you will be successful. See, I don't care if you don't feel like it. You get up and you work out. I don't care if you feel like it. You put that phone down. I don't care if you don't want to read today, you read. Because the fact of the matter is, I won't see it. You're on the other side of this camera or on the other side of this voice, this audio recording. Your other people, your sibling, your wife, your family won't see it. Your friends won't see it. If you don't work out for a day, people won't notice. You won't notice. But the fact of the matter is you will notice. The fact of the matter is God will notice. And if you're not showing up 100%, whether you feel like it or not, the fact of the matter is you will not get 100% of the result, even though a lot of people out there showing up 50% feel like they deserve 100% of the result. And you need to earn your will to succeed. You need to earn the prosperous life. You don't just deserve it and get it because you're a human. You get it because you're human, you're an extraordinary individual, and you show up whether you feel like it or not. Now, to speak to that, there's a kind place in that. I lost my vision for self. I lost my will to keep going. I had very deep emotions, thoughts, behaviors going on at such a young age. I started smoking weed and drinking and smoking cigarettes even at the age of 13 years old. Now, to speak to that, God always had a vision for me. I'm not saying that this behavior and my actions and the results that I was getting in life were appropriate by any means. Although it's been a major blessing in my life because it's given me my experience needed to serve the world. Now, at the age of, I'm probably going to go way off on age here, but I'm going to guess at about the age of 10 or 11. I was hanging upstairs. I am so blessed that I have two amazing siblings, three including myself. I had two beautiful parents when I first was born into this world. We had a 3-story house. We had a basketball court in the backyard. We had an amazing fire pit. We had a place that we could do, water stuff, and we had our own little playground. My playroom as a kid growing up was about probably 33% as big as my house now. I was so blessed. I'm not saying we were like mansion big, but it was super nice house. And I always had food. Now, one day, 10 or 11, I was upstairs playing video games and my parents called me downstairs. And I walk in, obviously the energy's off, they're crying. And my mom says, "Your father and I are getting a divorce." Now, I thought I knew what that meant. I just wasn't 100% sure, but my sister, a lot younger than me, said, "What does that mean?" And they clarified, essentially means mom and dad are splitting up, so on and so forth. And that struck me because I grew up in a perfect family in my childlike eyes. And so that created 3 main limiting beliefs for me. 1, love is not real. 2, you never know what's real and what's fake. And 3, I can only rely on myself. Some of those beliefs have served me, and some of those beliefs did not serve me. Although going into middle school, 7th grade, I was immediately questioning the reason that I was here. What is life about? What is life? Why me? Why was I blessed with this amazing opportunity? And at the age of 13, I began smoking cigarettes, weed, drinking, you name it, just about on a daily basis. And as time went on, my emotions got heavier. My thoughts got heavier. My will to keep going got not as motivated. I just did as I wished. I was in a hole, and some people knew and some people didn't, but a lot of people that loved me didn't recognize how deep of a hole I was in. Now, as time went on, around 9th grade, I started to question. I was like, man, I want to be more. I want to achieve more. I want to be really successful in my career, because I started to see the people I was hanging around, where they were going, jail. Some of them committed suicide, unfortunately. And I saw where I was projected to be. Yet I was so deep, and I didn't know who to trust or who was safe to talk to about all this stuff that I was doing. So I held on to it. And the moment that I recognized I wanted more, and I wanted to be more, and I wanted to achieve more, and I wanted to be an extraordinary person, the thoughts and the emotions just got heavier, because I recognized all that I wanted, but I recognized all that I wasn't going to be if I continued down this journey. And luckily and thankfully, I was sitting downstairs one day, and in the back of my head, it was almost like a friend's voice or a family's voice, it said, go to the bathroom. I didn't have to go to the bathroom at this point, but I walk straight to the bathroom. I walk in, and a light immediately comes over me. Now, I was high at this time, and after the light came over me, I was immediately sober. Immediately sober. I saw an angel, and the angel said to me, either you will die before you graduate high school, or you will transform and make a big impact. And that was it. And that's the first time that I took a moment, I looked at myself in the mirror, and I saw all that I was. I saw the person that I truly was. And I'm going to stop here. If you haven't looked at yourself in the mirror and you took time to really see yourself for who you are and what you want to achieve, go look yourself in the mirror. Take a moment, 5 minutes, I don't care, even 30 seconds. If you just gift the blessing of you seeing yourself for who you are and what you can achieve, that will change your life. And after that moment, I walked out that door, and all the problems came back to me. The thoughts, the emotions, I was still hanging out with friends. I was still doing all that I wanted to be, and all the emotions and thoughts got heavier and heavier, because I knew there was a calling higher than me. I knew God had a vision for me. I knew God had gifts for me. I knew God had a calling, but I wasn't living up to it because I didn't know where to start. And that was an excuse. There was so many resources around me. I had a phone. I had so many opportunities. I didn't take advantage of them. And that was on me. That was my fault. Now, I'm thankful that I recognize that now, because a resource will never be an excuse for me today. Again, this entire time period, for a while there, I regretted it. I had guilt. I had shame. You name it. I felt the emotion. But I am so grateful for it now, because I understand that as long as you have a resource, you can accomplish anything in life. You name it, if you have the right resource, you can accomplish it. But after this, I continued through the emotions. The last day of 9th grade, I walk in, and a similar voice comes to me. This is your last day to change. And after that day, last day of 9th grade ended, I deleted all social media. I cut myself away from the world, from people that served me, from people that didn't serve me. And I went deep in my hole. And that's the first day I picked up a book, started listening to podcasts, started listening to YouTube. I would just call to immerse myself in how to change my own life. Now, as much as I had resources and people around me, and I think, and if anybody is struggling, I strongly encourage people to go to the people around them. A part of me is extremely grateful that I learned to do it on my own, And I'm not encouraging anybody else to do that, simply because it taught me how to transform my own life so I can transform other people's lives. Now, I don't care whether you believe in God or not. I care because I want that to be a part of your life, and you will naturally live a more fulfilled life. Although what I care about is that you move your life forward. So this is for you, whether you believe in God or not. If you can follow one plan, one vision, one dream, one ambition, and you are willing to stay focused along that journey, naturally your life will transform. But if you have so many different options, you will never succeed and never become the person you're capable of being. Problem is, most people think that they need to have that perfect plan, A, B, C, D, E, you name it, to have that backup plan. Most people feel like they have to be the person that their mom and dad and sister and siblings and strangers and the society and the media told them to be. Most people feel they have to fit in and fall in line and be the sheep in the world. Yet you can be the lion, you can be the wolf, you can be the eagle that flies high. There's no reason that you can't be the one in your family to transform your family tree. So all that people have called and told you to do, all the people that told you who to be, let that go. Just for this podcast. If you want to bring it back into your life, you're welcome to, but it'll never be welcome in my life again, because I see what it's like on the other side. So for this podcast alone, I ask you to let that go. Now, here's the secret. There's something for everyone. There is a gift for everything. You have a gift, whether you know about it now or not. We all have a gift. Now, a lot of people discredit their gifts, and that's fine if that's where you're at right now, but it's not fine to continue to discredit your gifts. There's a reason you're gifted without everything you're capable of doing. Now, you don't need to wait for an angel to visit you. You don't need to wait for that transformational moment where the other side connects to you. You need to choose your moment. I waited for an angel to give me permission to change my life and make an impact. And I am beyond so grateful for that. Because if it wasn't for the angel, who knows where I would be? Maybe 6 feet underground or behind bars. Who knows? I don't care to find out. What I care about is that I'm here to help you guys change your life. And you don't need to wait for that transformational moment. You also don't need to wait till you're in a ditch to change your life. So it is better to have paper, but if you're not in a place to journal and write down, that's fine. Go ahead and think with me. But I want you to ask yourself, what are all your gifts in life? Is it coaching? Similar to me, when I was young, I would walk into a room and I could see who is sad or what was going on. I could feel emotions. And naturally, when I saw somebody was sad, I was able to make them smile. I was able to make their day. I was gifted. I was gifted the ability to see people's emotions, see where somebody was truly at, whether they were speaking it or not. I can walk into a room, somebody can be laughing, somebody can be smiling, but I can see and cut through the true to people's core emotions of what they're feeling without even them speaking. What is your gifts? Is it art? Is it cutting hair? Is it seeing people's emotions like me? Is it math? Is it smarts? Is it athleticism? Is it nature? What is your gift? And if you don't know your gifts, that's fine. Write down all that you think that you're good at. Now, if you can't come up with one thing, that's fine. It's time for you to go on an adventure, enjoy some time, go travel, try art, try picture taking, go try public speaking, try writing, try anything that you want to. Just go on a journey and find what you're gifted at. Now, what's the point of a gift if you don't love it, right? It's just like Christmas Day. Your parents hands you some pants and you say thanks, and then you stuff them in the back of your closet knowing that you'll never wear them. If God gifted you a gift and you don't like it, you don't need to force yourself to wear them if it doesn't feel good. but find the gift that you do love. We all love something. So second question, what is it that you're gifted at and what do you love? Write it down. Take a moment. Think about it. And what's the point of gifts and love if we're the only one that makes the impact from it? A prosperous life ends with making an impact. See, if you can envision a mountain and you make it up the top of the mountain and God's waiting for you, yet nobody's holding your hand, it's just you and God. You didn't do your job. You didn't make a prosperous life. Along your journey up the mountain, it's important to help the people that are lost. It's important to help the people that don't know what they're doing. It's important to hold people's hands so they can get up the mountain too, so that they can become the person they want to be, and so that they can achieve all that they want to achieve. And that is what will create your gifts. That's how you can live a purposeful life full of fulfillment and choice. So how can you make that impact? For me, I do coachings. I do my group. I do podcasting. I do social media. I talk to people one-on-one. I mentor people on how to develop coaching programs. I'm actively looking to serve the world in a way that is beyond me. So moving forward, no, you don't need a moment. You don't need a moment for an angel to give you permission to change. You can change right now. See it, believe it. Don't wait for that defining moment. And know that you are worthy. Know that you are extraordinary. And know that there is a plan for you, whether you believe it or not. There is always a God's plan. To speak to that, what is your gift? What is it you love? And how you can make an impact? If you can pair those three things, you can go also make money with it. And that's nothing greedy. It's just that you're able to serve the world the way that you deserve, the way that you earn, and the way that God calls you to serve. That in mind, everybody, I hope you have a happy Wednesday, depending on when you're listening to it, and you have a wonderful day. If you do want to become more, you do want to achieve more with a community and not on your own, in the link below is the Prosperous Life membership. Every single Monday, I coach you guys to become more, to achieve more. I talk to you guys throughout the week. I'm a direct resource to you. You have a course. You have the community of people looking to become more and achieve more right alongside with you. So excited to have you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day.